Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing here? Hey, it's Friday, last day of the week, day after Thanksgiving. It's November 28th, 2025. Very light here today, very light. But good morning to those that are here. Very big, great, big good morning to you. Let's see. I'm assuming sound is coming across. Yep, we're all good there, I think. Chart is up. Let me. There it is. There we go. And click on that button. There we go. Hey, good morning, you Lorna. How are you? Hey, Gold Roger. Hello, everybody. Okay, so what do we have in this market? Oh, let's not forget that today, I believe, is a half a day in the market. Um, and I'm going to even be less time than that, but half a day in the market. Let's do remember that come next week on Wednesday, December 3rd, John over at BYOB will be having a crash course in day trading. So if you're interested in that and watching him and his team day trade there in the trading room, go check it out. You'll find links in all the social media areas, um, and then also in email. You should see that. So check John out. All right, let's take a peek at the market here. Again, good morning to everybody. All right, so here in the market, this SPY needs to stay above 675, which is this green line right here, which is, let me grab my pen here. Let's grab this one. There we go. Which, if we just sort of take our eyes and move across, what I'm looking for is this high, this candle's high, and then these candles over here. That's what we needed to break out of and hold. And that is exactly what we have done. And bang, did it get done. I mean, the bulls just monstered through that area. Not only that, let's see, Thursday, Wednesday, we closed up over this downtrend line right here, that red line. We closed up over that. Uh, Truly amazing for the Bulls. I mean, I think they've done a smashing job, great job. Well, they've done it so well. I think they've got themselves in a little bit of a overbought situation, and that is not a bad thing. Overbought is not a bad thing if we recognize it and we work with it. So here's kind of what I'm looking at. Being overbought, being up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we made a high, so 5 days. We've also got, a gap and a gap. Man, this market has been rocking. I would suspect we're going to see some consolidation or rest. It's tired. Let it let the overbought situation calm down a little bit. Let it rest a little bit, and then let's see what happens here. So, um, yeah, let's see what happens. And what we need is those bulls to step in. But we broke out of this critical resistance which now becomes support. Now, for me, now that we've closed over that, for me, if we were to pull back to here or even lower, I'm okay with that, even though we broke that 675 area, because this is just part of the chart pattern. Up, we pull back, watch for the buyers, then step in. So I think we're pretty good here. And what this does now, I think I'm going to take this off. And now we're back on track on running up here toward that $700 mark. Yeah, hey Tex. Yeah, the CME is giving us a little bit of fits just because they're down, but I think they're going to open back up here. If not, maybe they've already opened up. But yeah, they're giving us little fits this morning. Those technical things happen. So like I said, I think the market is doing a fantastic job. It has made a great comeback here. Um, And right now, I have to be 100% bullish unless you're going to trade some puts, maybe for a put for a little retrace. A bullish retrace is what I'm going to look for. So low, high, pull back a little bit, set up for us, and then let's take that next run. Now, let's talk about that next run. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to break out over that 685 area, which will be the high November 12th. And then we're going to have to come over here and take out the high of that 689. Let's just call it 690 here on October 29th over here. Once we do that, we are on our way to 700. And who knows, maybe even more, right? Um, Remember that how how charts work. They just don't go straight up. They go up, they pull back, go up, they pull back. Okay, remember that. That's important. With that said, let's take a look at, let's take a look at this. T2123 on the hourly is nice and bullish. That's working out very well. Price now, um, at the close of Wednesday, we're above the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is above the trend indicator, and trend indicator is just ever so slightly above our 34 EMA, giving us a nice little trend there on the hourly chart. Note that that VXX is in a good downtrend, and that's fantastic for the bulls. So we've got our little love triangle going on here. Oh yeah. Now let's take a look at a few others like, well, let me just start at the top. I have a list here of important stocks that I think we should, keep an eye on. So this is stocks in uh, sectors as well. So take IBIT. It's just on the top, so it's not that I think it's the best or anything. Uh, I've been wanting to buy into this a little bit, and I think we're getting close for me to do that. We may have a bottom starting to form. Here we're up high. I'd love to see a little bit of a rest, watch those bulls come in, and then I just might be a buyer down here of some charts in the Bitcoin area. That's looking pretty good to me. Take a look at CPOX. We're rocking here. We'll put this line up. Take this high, draw it down to that next high there, and you can see we're breaking out of that area as well. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Watch for a little bit of rest, but COPX, copper miners, they're looking fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Take a look at Google, rock and roll Google. I mean, it's just up, up and away. Um, Here we're up. Here's that rest that I spoke of. We may need a rest. Well, there's the rest that I'm talking about. Might need a little bit more rest. And what we're also going to be fighting today, half a day. No one wants to be working. Volume is going to be light. So, I don't know that I would put a whole lot of weight in what actually happens at the end of the day, by the end of the day. But next week we'll pick it up all and really start running with the ball. So as long as we don't do anything silly today and really break down, which I'm not. I don't know. It could happen, but bulls are doing pretty good. So anyway, here's the Google, the Google, just Google. Here we are up. We're a little rest. I think we might need to get closer to the T line here, which is that white line, the 8 EMA. So maybe a little rest, maybe even a little pullback, and at the same time, that 8 EMA will move up a little bit, and we'll have a little meeting there. And I think that's what we might need on that. PLTR is one that a lot of people watch. I certainly do watch it. I'm still holding its single stock ETF, PTIR, and we may be turning around here now. Hammer, doji, long-legged doji, like a rickshaw doji, and then we get a little bullish, and we're over that T line now, 8 EMA. It looks like we might be trying to scoot up a little bit higher. We get through the 50-period moving average. That'll be a game changer for PLTR. It could really bring the bulls back. Take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still a little bit of trouble, I think, and it needs to show a little follow through. Great hammer we've got over here, but really that doesn't mean anything until we get a little follow through. And I'm going to bring this line down here, and if we could get through these two candles, okay, which that'll just about take us over that 50-period moving average. Probably the negative, if there's a negative there, and there is, we're going to need to get over that downtrend line as well. So keep an eye on NVIDIA. At the moment, NVIDIA is set up for a blue ice failure, which is a short setup, but it is set up there. So it needs to recover to be bullish, but right here, it is a bearish setup. Watch the target of the recent low, and right there is our dotted deuce, the modified 200 period moving average. Take a look at Tesla. Tesla has moved up a little bit. It's kind of waking up here. It's crawling to the upside. So maybe today we get a good solid test of that 50 period moving average. We'll see what happens there. Are we going to fail at that level, or the bull's going to hold in that level? We could be setting up for the blue ice failure. That's a short heading back down. And if we break out and hold, that could be a sign that we're going to start moving up on Tesla here. Take a look at Amazon. Amazon, I want to buy some Amazon. I don't think it will be today. I don't think. But now that Amazon has moved up, let's look at yellow. Moved up, that yellow. Yellow is a Y. There we go. Let's move that up. I would love to see Amazon move back a little bit, and then maybe next week that might be a buy in there. I personally think Amazon goes much higher, maybe even up to the $300 range. So um, I'll be watching that pretty close. But I would like to buy it on a good setup. To me, a good setup would be low, high, higher low. Bulls come in, and then we need a confirmation breaking out of that higher high. In there. SMH. SMH is rocking here, man. It's killing it, and this is good for the market. It really is. I'm gonna get rid of that line. There we go. Yeah, and we need to, just like in the market. Maybe I'm gonna put that line back up. Just like we looked at on the SPY earlier, that 670. Excuse me, that 675 level. This would also be the level here. Uh, call it 350. That we need to be over right there. We need to be over that. We are. We're right on the edge of it. So, being a lazy day today, which I think today will be, we could rest, actually slide below it. But I mean, just take a look at the whole chart. Low, high. If we slide below, watch for positive movement Friday. If that doesn't happen and we actually pop down Friday, then pretty much I would feel that a lot of the long trades are off the table, and we need to really start looking at some shorts. So we're not 100% out of the woods yet, but I'm not I'm not going to bet on that right now. If you take a look at the mags here, Mag 7, it's doing fantastic. They're rocking. I mean, they're kicking it. Microsoft might be trying to come off the bottom, off the 200 period moving average. We've got a rally up. I'd like to see a rest and then break out of the high, which right now this would be the high. So if we rested from here, um, pencil please. If we rested from here a little bit and then broke out of that area, we're on our way to test that 50 period moving average and the 50% retracement, relief rally retracement. Meta, Meta is looking pretty good. Um, yeah, Meta's looking fantastic. Nice little bottom in here on Meta. We rallied up. We're in the process of a little rest right now above the 17 EMA or our trendicator here. Everything is looking like it's heading up to that green box area, and that would be the 50% relief rally retracement from what the October 28 highs say to the recent highs to the lows. So that is looking really good right now. And good old Apple. So Apple is still in a trend. Gave us a couple of wicks over here. Profit taking is a good idea, maybe. I took my profits on it. I will look to re-enter it when the time is right, and could be any day. Might even be today. But we'll keep a close eye on that. Still looking for that target of 28, about 282. We'll call it 281, and then up here about 284 and a half. XLE. XLE is still in this wedge here. It needs to break out. Um, there are some energy stocks that are definitely leading on the way up. Uh, you know, I don't know that I have any of those marked today. So, but if they pop up here this morning, we'll look at them. But what right here on XLE, we need to break out of here, and that would set a lot of the energy free to move higher and to explode, and that would be pretty cool. RSP, wow, what a comeback on RSP. So nice pop up, and we're above that downtrend line. So let's watch for a little rest in here because this is going to be a little overbought. Let's watch for a little rest, and it's common sense. We're up bullish, 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 bullish. Throw a couple of gaps in there. It's just common sense. We're a little bit overbought. Uh, so let things rest up, and then we'll look at that continuation higher on there. Um, transports, transports are looking pretty good. Nice little comeback here. Clearly, I mean, anyone can probably see in that chart, we need to break out over that 73.50 area, but we're pushed right there, man. We're ready to get over it. Bull's doing a good job. So not sure if it's going to happen today. Today being a slow day and all, just not real sure if it's going to happen today. So let's see another, you know, uh, Bitcoin uh, chart here. We've got a nice morning star holding up right in here. Ether here. And we may be nearing that bottom. I've been watching this for some time now, so could be getting close. Could be. The one thing is, there is plenty room to move down here, and there's a lot of reasons to come back even further. So we want to be very cautious here. Uh, I wouldn't rush into anything unless we're really willing to rush out of it. Okay, so. All righty, what do we have here? Good morning again, everybody. Hey, Roger. Um, been wondering what is causing such a move. Uh, such a move. What is that? Wild? Yeah, wild move. Um, more buyers and sellers. Yeah. Hey, call me call me crazy, but natural gas (UNG) um, is going to drag me back in. Well, you can go ahead and let it. It's starting to move up. That's known. UNG is known as the Widowmaker. So you go ahead. Yeah, yeah, you go right ahead. It is set up. I mean, we're in a 3-8 trap. Prices above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator. You've got a rising 50. You're in a rounded bottom breakout. Hey, it does look good. It does look good. All right. Hey, good morning. I see a few people logged in this morning from our social media site, Facebook there and YouTube. Thank you very much for being there. Let's see. Hey, Daryl, you like RELY? ELY? Let's take a look. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna write that down. RELY. Thank you. Nice, nice bottom here. In fact, not only a bottom, what we've got ourselves, say a low, and look at that high right there. Higher high. Should have went all the way. There we go. So we've got a nice little W batter pattern in there as well. Let's put this line up here. A breakout over that high. That's looking excellent. With a nice run up here toward the 50 period moving average, about 11%. That's nice. Speaking of Daryl, here's one that Daryl shared with us, and maybe you're still in it. I don't know. KVUE. Man, that is looking fantastic. Rounded bottom breakout, gapped up underneath the 50, consolidated a little bit, made a run up, looking terrific here. Looks to me like we're headed up to that next level of about 1850, and that'll put you close to the dotted deuce. And then we get up there. More than likely, we're going to consolidate in this whole area right through here a little bit. That would be normal. And then once we get that buy signal, let's see if that can't pull us right up to the 200 period moving average. Great looking chart there. You're still in it. Way to go, Daryl. Looks great. Looks great. Um, let's see. Hey, Vernon, CSIQ. CSIQ might be setting up. Um, Probably the big area for me would be to break out here, 2850. We need to get over this, low, 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 and this high and this high right here. We need to break out over that. I love the way the chart's setting up. Timing is the issue. Here we are up 1, 2, 3, 4 days. It's an inside day. We might need a little bit of a rest, but man, to me that chart is looking good. A little bit overbought, the near term right here, but great looking chart, poised to move higher. Just might need a little rest before we get there. All right. Anyone else have anything? Let's see. I've got a couple here, maybe. Let's take a look at ACN. Look at ACN here. That's another rounded bottom breakout setup. This is over the cloud. You don't, it, they don't, over the cloud and a rounded bottom breakout doesn't show up every day. But this is pushed up over the cloud. Nice big move up here. You got yourself a double bottom. Um, Nice rally up. Nice little wedge forming in here. Um, Today so far, the day before, day before, and day before, they're all inside days to the big day here. Price is above the 8, 8's above the trend indicator is above the 50. It's a rounded bottom breakout. That's looking like a pretty good chart to me. So that's one on the watch list. Also, take a look at ZM. ZM is looking pretty good. Uh, Nice big gap up off that 200 period moving average. A little bit of a pullback so far, so giving a little bit of opportunity for those that screamed, "Dang it, I missed it." Well, now you just might get another chance. So ZM is looking pretty good. How about some OSG? OSG, another one that rallied up big time, has pulled back, put in a little bit of a bottom here. This is another one that has broken out over the cloud, and that might give us a nice run up. 13% up to the recent highs, and then there's nothing that says it can't move a little higher. EXE also setting up for a breakout, in my opinion. Nice big move up, nice little pullback. Nice. This is a great looking J hook continuation chart pattern. Up, come back, and now we're looking for that breakout. So we start to get that breakout, and I suppose we should put a line right there. Then what we're going to look for is the bulls to carry it higher until it has its pullback, or could even pull back a little bit here and rest before it even moves up higher. So those are looking pretty good. Hey, you're a sucker for the rounded bottom breakouts. Yeah, there's a few of them there today, just because um, the market has been pushed back so much that there are a few of them. That ACN, that KVUE. Take a look at CNC. That's a one I think a lot of us are still holding. That still has room to move up. And see how we got over the dotted deuce here. We tested it again. Man, there we go. Boyle or UNG, yeah, Boyle and UNG, they're both in there. Take a look at Lulu. Lulu, let's get rid of that. Let's put this up here. Lulu, right about here. A breakout here would take us over that uh, uh, cloud area, and I do think we're a little bit overbought. So maybe keep an eye on it. Watch for a little bit of rest. We start popping out, we'll be over that cloud. It doesn't mean all great, but if we move up and then we move up again, watch for a little bit of push back. That'll make a nice come back and retest the cloud, retest this breakout area, and then we can look for a move up on Lulu. Um, Take a look at HUN, Julia. Um, if you like this one, it's too high to buy. We need a rest, so maybe this thing pulls back right at the dotted deuce. So maybe it rests here and allows that near term overbought to calm down, and then this might be ready to move up even higher. Take a look at GT. I've seen GT for several days. To me, it's just not a sexy chart, so I've never really talked about it. But man, uh, that's working great. Still has more room to move. Um, CROX, Crocs. Well, you don't hear much about Crocs anymore, do you? Uh, Crocs is moving up. We need to break out over that dotted deuce there, and we're going to need to be over this high right in here. What is that? 89. And then the last one I've got on this watch list is KDP. KDP is looking pretty good. Nice little morning star, rallied up. We're about to break out over the construction area, and that would put the next level at about 29, and then we've got the dotted deuce there. So there's plenty of rounded bottom breakouts for you if you like those. And I do. I'm glad you do. Let's see, CNC, you broke your rule. Let's see, which CNC should have held when everything hit the fan. Uh, hey, I get it. You're out of it, but that stock is still traveling, and you can still hitch a ride on it. It's still traveling, still hitch a ride. So right now, inside day, that's still to me still a buy area here. Stop wise, somewhere in the 38.85 area maybe. Using these candles here, a little bit below yesterday's low. I think that would be a fair mark. Look at the 3-bar chart. Actually, I'm going to drop this a little bit lower. There we go. Using that low right there, or that high. So around 30.73 here. Now there's the daily. That's probably what I've used for a stop line. But anyway, it's in buy territory right now. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Hey, Mark. Good morning. Um, how are you? Okay. Let's see. You guys all take care. We'll see you at 8:30 this morning. Well, members, you'll see me at 8:30 really, really quick, and then I've got to go. I finally have my doctor's appointment about my back. I'm going to head to that. And honestly, I can't say I'm going to be back in the room. Okay. I may peek at things, but lots and lots of family here. Just get over this Thanksgiving holiday. So, and want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a great time yesterday, or even today, or this weekend. And let's get back on this horse come Monday when the market is back in full swing. All right. Thank you, everybody. You guys all take care. We'll